there, welcome back to Pearl Tarot. Today I'm back again with a pickup card on how do your boss or your manager see or view you at this point of time. Yes, there are three piles, pile 1, 2, and 3 from your left to right. Choose the pile that you're most drawn to, and I will catch you in the next clip. Hey there, my dear pile one. So, if you're drawn to this pile, this right place for you to see the message on how do your boss or your manager view or see you at this point of time. And this is a timeless pickup card. Whenever you click on this reading, it is right time for you to receive the message. Yes, we can dive deep into the reading. So we have here the cherishing and suppressing strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. Then you have that of the sage, that is wisdom, purification, harmony. Then raven, that is the universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. Then you have the crow, that's like the two crows together. That's kind of like, yeah. Then we have that of the vulture, that is accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. So first thing first, your boss or your manager kind of acknowledge the fact that you have a past that is kind of like turbulent in itself, like something that have happened in that of the past that have caused you maybe to shift or to change, or both internally and externally, maybe in some sort of way. That is what I'm getting with the presence of the strength and the emphasis of the past, with the presence of the vulture and all. It seems like there is they acknowledge it, they take note of it, like okay, there is something that have happened, and yes, due to that you have changed a lot. Maybe the way you think, the way you process the things, way you handle the things have changed because of this thing. Yeah, that is what I'm seeing strongly with the cherishing, suppressing, and sage, the purification, clearing out of the things. The vulture, that is known for cleaning out of that of the environment that we live in. So there is this raven again, that is also cleaning out of that of the things and taking, accepting things as it is, rather than forcing things to happen. And the trough, that is like collecting that of the things, like taking the account and taking the accountability of the things that have happened, and accepting it as it is rather than sugarcoating it maybe, and moving forward with the life based on this past experience and learning from it. That is how your boss or your manager sees or views you. And again, coming to that of the lighter attribute, I feel like they find that you as a person who loves to keep memories. Maybe you are that go-to person in that of the organization that loves to take photos and maybe post in their official website, or like something related to that. You love to cherish each and every moment of the time that you spent here, like a trove, as like a trophy, that you collect these memories. That is one thing that I'm seeing here. And again, with the presence of that of the sage and the purification, it seems like your boss or your manager sees you as a person who is kind of having a calming effect on the surroundings that they work in. Like you calm that of the place that you work in some sort of way, or you bring out that of the balance. And again, with the presence of vulture and the raven, I'm getting this interpretation that your boss or your manager kind of see you as a person who kind of is very clean and very clean freak, if you would say. I have met colleagues like that who are very clean freak, who doesn't love to put here or there, who doesn't love to it's in a very, they don't like to keep things more than a particular date. Like this is a 15-day max is the things that will be stored in this, others all go to their of the storage like that. So maybe you have also something like that comment or something related to that in your office settings that you work in. So that is one thing again I'm seeing here. And again, with this presence of that of the trough, it seems like your boss or your manager says that you as a person who loves to explore that of the world a lot. Like you may be loving to travel, or you are that first person or the go-to person who will take up that of the initiative to travel if the work requires. Then you will be that first person that comes into the mind of your boss to, okay, then you can. That's the thing that I'm saying. And if you work in that of a field that requires you to speak calmly, to understand that of the people, especially people who deals with children, they can't show the outburst of that of the anchor and all. Then in that, especially if this message will strongly resonate, if you belong into that category, what your boss or your manager feels is that you are that person who loves the children, you works well with that of the children, and talks calmly, and have that innocence, the purity, which is similar and in par with that of the children. That's what I'm getting with the presence of the sage. And the strength card and the cherishing, again coming back to the initial message that I'm getting, that is like you have shown immense strength to this officer or to the manager that you are reporting to, that you can bring up, like you can rise from that of the ashes, or rise from that of the situations, that have torn down you into pieces. That is what I'm getting, because the vulture is kind of like it eats flesh. Okay, the raven, it's also known for cleaning, and it's also known for a messenger of the universe itself. So what I'm getting here strongly is that you have shown immense strength in the situations that have called for it, and your boss or manager knows that. Yes, you are a person who speaks lightly, who is a person who have immense strength within, and who speaks slowly and calmly and peacefully when when the situation requires, with the presence of the sage. But at the same time, you had dealt with things in the past that requires you to show that of the beast that is sleeping silently inside you with the presence of the strength. That is what I'm getting. Yes, we can dive deep into the rest of the cards. So we have that of the magician, the Son of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Hierophant, and the Wheel of Fortune. First thing first, your boss or your manager kind of have a lot of thinking about you, actually, because I was getting messages after messages while I was simply laying the cards even. So, with the presence of the magician, I get a strong message that you were been working in this organization for quite a long period of time, or you were a part of this organization for like significant amount of the time. That's what I'm getting. And with the presence of the magician, your boss or your higher up see you as a person who is highly skilled in that of the things that they do, in conjunction with that of the hierophant. You have the book knowledge as well as you have the practical knowledge. That is what I'm getting. You not only have that of the wisdom, you not only have that of the knowledge, the data, but have the information and the wisdom to apply it into that of the practice. That is what I'm getting. And if you work in that of a labor intensive area, then I feel like they find you as highly skilled, like you know that of the tricks and the tactics to handle that of the things, or those things that is acquired by that of the constant practice with the presence of Son of Pentacles. Like you constantly water that of the things, and you are very good in that of the routine task. Like there may be in every office there is some routine task that we do every day, and there will be additional tasks we do weekly or monthly, and then there is this new task, right? So what I'm saying here is your boss or your manager sees that you're very good, or actually a pro, in conjunction with that of the magician in your routine task, and in conjunction with that of the Wheel of Fortune, they may be considering you for that of a promotion, or a you know turn off events for the better or for the best. That is what I'm saying, like a higher up position or a pay grade, a high up, like literally raising your pay grade or increasing your position. So something related to that is also present, because Wheel of Fortune is one of the card that shows uh, leveling up, or the destiny is in play, the fate is in now in your favor, the wheels are turning, all those things. And especially in conjunction with that of the hierophant is considered as a great societal figure, is an archetype of power and influence. And in conjunction with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm seeing that there is a power rise that you are getting. Maybe there will be a change in your designation that is going to happen, like from that of the associate to that of the senior, or from the senior to the manager, something like that. Or if it is not the case, then it would simply mean that you will get a pay raise increase, or there may be more people in your team, something like that, for you to manage. So there is like a high, like you are being leveling up. That's energy that I'm picking. And with the presence of the Temperance, the initial energy I was getting, like the balancing effect that you have, the purification and effect that you have in that of the organization to keep everything under control. Like literally when we work in that of the big organizations, especially in that of the MNCs, and where the people from different nationalities came up and all, you have to handle people from that of the different nationalities, different culture, different the perspective and all. And it's like we are walking in that of the thin strand, and your manager or your boss sees that you are doing well at it. Actually, you are a pro. The pro word is coming, I don't know why. So that is what I'm getting. And again, with the presence of the magician, the 1 and the 10, it's like 1 to 10, so it may be like 10 years, maybe something like that. Or if the years of experience doesn't account for you, then it simply means that within the short period of the time that you are in this organization, you kind of like upskilled yourself in such a way that you have showcased to the manager you are capable of doing and handling things of yourself. And so that may be the reason why this up level is coming in your life. Yes, this is what I'm getting. As we can dive into the rest of cards to get the further info on how your boss or your manager view or see you at this point of time. So yes, I was getting a funny phrase in my head, like you know I may be many things, but I am not a fool. So this is a statement that one of my close friend always says to me. So that's like, and I started picking up this phrase and started using that phrase when I talk to someone else. So it's like, it's that sort of energy that I'm getting, and I will interpret it as your boss or your manager may be starting to pick up the phrases that you use a lot. Like maybe you have a particular phrase that you all use, and let me know in the comment section the phrase that you always use. So it's like your boss or your manager may be picking up that phrase and using it, like, and you will notice that they are kind of replicating what you are speaking. So yes, you have that of the chariot, then you have that of the emperor, and that of the judgment. Yes. So what I basically say is that with the judgment, a trumpet and this loud noise, so there will be a big announcement or some sort, or you will get an official email or something, a formal communication. That is what I'm getting, a formal communication of, like, literally increasing a position with the presence in conjunction with the emperor. If it is not the case, then some sort of stability is coming. Maybe you were a temporary employee, you are becoming permanent. You were a contract based employee, now you are becoming permanent. Some sort of permanence and stability is coming in this work scenario. That is what I'm getting. And again, with the presence of the chariot, like, if you have lost hope or if you have lost faith in this particular organization, it seems like things are changing in your favor, especially in conjunction with the wheel of fortune and the chariot. It seems like things are moving in favor of you, like it's moving forward. If there was a stagnancy, it's ending. That's what I'm saying. Yes, we can dive deep into the rest of cards to get further info. So you have that of the between world, then there and now, breathe, page of pentacles, the world, and I literally censored world. Yeah, of course. So what I'm getting here is how your boss or your manager sees you or view you at this point of time between the world, there and now. That shows like the past and also that of the present. And also there and now, it seems like the past and the present and the future, all these things. So it seems like your boss or your manager, as I was picking up earlier, is thinking a lot about you, the past you, the present you, and the future, how it has to be taken care of, and all these things. And with the presence of the breathe, it seems like there is a lot of things, and you are kind of like in a tiptoe situation. Like it does it goes wrong or does it go right? Does it goes left or does it go right? It seems like you yourself is not very sure. You are kind of tiptoeing. That's energy, and you are kind of scared. That's also true. You are kind of tensed, like not so sure about what is the decision is being made, something like that. And here the universe itself is saying like, just breathe, okay, everything is going to be fine, because you literally got the world and the pentacles, like the page of pentacles is the beginning. So what I'm saying here is a new chapter is opening. That is what I'm saying. That is how your boss or your manager view or see you, like a new chapter to be open on before you, because it seems like you are efficient and effective in all the things that you do with the presence of the world. It shows accomplishment, it shows that of the joy, it shows the successful completion. So it can be a successful completion of a recent project that you have handed over, or something that you have successfully completed. Maybe a world travel that may requires you to travel, and you have successfully completed it in the namesake of that of the company, it seems. So your boss or your manager sees that it is right time for you to give this pay raise with the presence of page of pentacles, like a new opportunity, a new offer, or a beginning of new things. Like maybe they are making you as some sort of a point of contact for a new project or a venture that the company is starting. So something related to that, a new thing is being added to your to-do list. So that is what I'm literally saying. And it is being taken after a careful consideration. That is how your boss or your manager sees this. That's because they have carefully evaluated your past and the present and the future and all the capabilities and all those things, there and now and all things. So there is kind of like a constant thinking, like a round thinking, as I was picking up. That is the thing that I'm saying here. And your boss or your manager sees that you are all round, like you have a lot of skills, a lot of talents, a lot of literally skills in different areas of, like areas of that of the particular organization that you work. So it's like you would be the best person. That's how they view or see you as. And world card is one of the auspicious card, I would say, in that of the tarot. And whenever this card pops up, it can also means that of the travel. So they are viewing or seeing you as a person. Since you enjoy travel, they may consider you for this one thing, like for the travel as well. So this is the thing that I'm getting from this reading, and I hope this reading truly resonate with you. If it does, consider subscribing to my channel. Hopefully I will catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye. Hey there, my dear pile too. So if you're drawn to this pile, this right place for you to receive the message on how do your boss or your manager view or see you at this point of time. Yes, we can dive deep into that of the reading. So since you're drawn to that of the abundance, it can mean that either you work in that of the finance or account related field, or your organization is in this finance or in that of the accounts, or something related to investments or real estate. So that's just a interpretation that I'm getting. Yes, we can dive deep into that of the reading. So we have that of the shadow and light, beehive, then woodpecker, that shows use your discernment and fortitude to achieve your goals and find a new rhythm. Then white turkey, the power is to heal, the earth is within you. And inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Then the soul, that is the planning, setting intentions, and optimism. So first thing first, your boss or your manager sees that you have a lot of potential, a lot of things to offer to that of your work environment as well as to your career. Like you have a lot of skills and abilities to be someone someday. That's the energy that I'm getting, especially with the presence of the shadow light, inner alchemy. All this shows that you have the ability to strongly integrate what all things that you learned and what all things that you will do. Like you may be a newbie or you have just started out that of the working or career, and if that doesn't resonate, it simply means that you can upskill yourself as well as grow that of the talents that is required for that of the new ventures. Like you are have the ability. For one example that I can decipher this energy is like, for the matter of the fact, the tax, like new laws that come by every day, right, or every year or after a quarter, so that you have to constantly learn this new amendments, new laws and all those things in order to upskill yourself and to stay relevant. So despite the fact that these things are changing, you have to change, and your boss or your manager kind of sees that you are open to learn that of the new things, you are open to be stabilized in one form or other. That's what I'm getting. And with the presence of beehive, this will truly resonate if you have to work closely with that of a team of people. Like literally you have to associate with the different people from that of the different sector. If that is the case, then your boss or your manager kind of see you as a person who works well with that of the team. like uh, like as a community, you can go hand in hand with that of the people whom you work. That is what I'm getting. And with the presence of shadow light, that is like integrating that of the different people from that of the different strata of society, you can work. And you know, when we weave that of the clothes, no single string stand out, and if a single string stand out means there is some defective in the weaving, right? So your boss or your manager kind of sees that you kind of like merge well with that of the people. That's the energy that I'm getting. And again, with the presence of that of the soul, it seems like all those things that you plant, or all those trainings maybe they have provided or the company has provided, has planted in that of the fertile soil. It seems like nothing is going futile, like nothing is going wasted. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And again, with the presence of the woodpecker and also this white turkey, that I'm saying here is that your boss or your manager kind of see you as a very resourceful person, a person who kind of like strong and determined, and also to make a safety net for themselves. Like you can create a safe space up in that of the tree if it is required, like a woodpecker literally making its nest in that of the tree trunk. So what I'm getting here is that if there are challenges in that of the work environment that you work in, your boss or your manager feel or view you as a person who kind of create a safety space for yourself. Like yes, you have to work with them well, but at the same time you will create a safety space for you. That's the energy I'm getting. And again, the strong message that I'm here is that the shadow light and the inner alchemy, this inner alchemy that you constantly go through, and even in the soul you can see that a figure that's closing their eyes. So it's like you're churning inside, you're changing yourself inside so as to produce that of the best results. So your boss or your manager kind of see you as a very hardworking person, a person who takes challenge and take it head forth and then change themselves inside out so as to be to bring that of the most productive results outside. That's the energy that I'm getting. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards here. Yes. So that churning effect that I was picking up earlier may have like literally have brought some scars to your life in some way or other, because you have that of the nine of swords, you have the knight of pentacles, the ace of swords, the six of cups, and the nine of pentacles. Yes, so your boss or your manager kind of see with the presence of nine of swords at some point of your life, or you are currently going through in that of the work scenario, like a lot of work is being piled up towards you, or there is a disproportionate of what you are paid and what you do actually. So your boss or your manager kind of see you as overthinking a lot maybe, or doing a lot of work, and is kind of like weighing down by this work or that of the task in your hand. That is one thing. And I'm seeing, and with the presence of the knight of pentacles, it seems like what you are being offered and what you do in return is kind of disproportionate. That is what I'm getting. And with the presence of six of cups, it seems like your boss or your manager kind of see you as moody, or is not in that of the present a lot, due to this fact that maybe the scenario is playing out now, or it have played out in that of the past. So kind of that disproportionate energy is present. And with the presence of the ace of swords, your boss or your manager kind of view or see you as a person who kind of brings like breakthroughs. Maybe you are that go-to person for something that happens terribly wrong, then you are that first person to come to their mind to solve this issue. You kind of like snaps and brings up the ideas. It seems like if it you are working with different customers, you have like a idea to really work how to work with different customers and how to treat them differently. That's energy that I'm getting here. And with the presence of this nine of pentacles, they find that you are abundant with a lot of resources, and they surely acknowledge the fact that there is a disproportion between what you are paid and what you actually do and being provided with. That's the energy that I'm getting. And they find this maybe you are withdrawn a little bit with the presence of six of cups and looking, or you are looking for some sort of job opportunities elsewhere. So something related to that may cross their mind as well because of this nine of swords and the six of cups and all, like looking for that of the better horizon. That's energy that I'm picking. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards here. So we have that of the six of wands, the three of pentacles, and then we have the hierophant, it seems. So what I'm picking up here strongly is that your boss or your manager, there was a time period of fogness, like the relation between you and your boss or manager. I won't say that it was disruptive, there was something big going on between you, or there is like a rivalry between you. No, I'm not seeing that. What I felt is like there was like some sort of fog between you guys. There was a uncertainty between you and this boss or a manager. Maybe at some point of time you decided to leave this organization or something. And with the presence of six of wands, they see that you have to be celebrated in the organization in one way or other, so as for you to stick around. Because with the presence of three of pentacles, they find that you work along with everyone beautifully. You are a great team player. And with the presence of this lay puppet, that I am seeing that you kind of like have the knowledge and the wisdom and ability to hear what others are saying and act accordingly. Like if a particular direction is given to you, you work upon it and act it out in a way that is both beneficial to all the parties involved, and you kind of do it well. And so that they wanted you to stick on to this particular organization. So that may be the reason why I'm saying like a celebration. And also the three of pentacles, like you are being popular among that of the colleagues, maybe with the presence of six of pentacles, six of wands, and among that of the people whom you work with. So that may be the reason why they wanted you to stick around. That's the energy that I'm getting. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards here. So we have that of the serendipity, flexible, three of wands, eight of wands, and poise. So what I'm saying here is that there is some sort of a leaving energy, and with the presence of this eight of wands, it seems like your boss or your manager views that you may leave this organization if lucky opportunity came by, because it seems like you're ready with the presence of the poised, and you're too flexible nowadays. Like kind of like you are too flexible in taking up the overtime, you are too flexible in taking up a lot of job. It seems like you don't want to create a big scene. It seems that is how your boss or your manager sees. Like you don't want to make a big scene, you don't want to literally burn that of the bridges. It seems that is how your boss or your manager sees you lately. And again, with the presence of this serendipity and eight of wands, it seems like news that may have occurred to you, or that may come to you, that would be like of freeing from this particular incident that you are in. So it can be interpreted many ways, since it's a general reading. So one interpretation is that uh, a particular thing is not a rapport that is in your organization is not doing well, and you have informed that of the HR maybe, and due to that reason information came by, and that kind of eliminate you from that particular situation, like that literally take you out of that situation. That can be one interpretation. Or it can mean that you got this ability to maybe to get a new better opportunity elsewhere, so that like an offer letter came by. So that can be the reason. And again, with the presence of three of wands, it can mean that a travel opportunity have came by and you are taking it up, and being too flexible in that regard. So some sort of news is coming, and that kind of like take you out of the situation. That is how your boss or your manager sees you. And I don't feel like it is coming from them, because they are kind of shocked by it, like the shock, like a shocking energy. That's what I'm getting from their perception. Actually, it's not for from them. Actually, that's what I'm getting. And yes, your boss or your manager view or see you as a very lucky person with the presence of the serendipity and the being flexible, I feel like. And the nine of swords, it seems like they see you as a too flexible person, a person who doesn't say a no a lot or takes up a lot of tasks by themselves. That's one thing that I'm saying. And with the presence of the poise, they find you as very ready. Like you are ready, you're prepared. The two of wands is a planning and preparatory stage, the three of wands is actually you have decided and willing to take up into that of the sea. you are willing to go into that of the sea and do that of the voyage. And you can see in this ray of wands, literally three ships are ready to set the sail. So it seems like you are completely ready to take that of the new venture, it seems. So maybe you are in the naughty spirit, or you have already some sort of such vibe as I am getting strongly here. And please do let me know in the comment section what is especially for pile 2, it seems. I am curious because I am getting messages like here and there, and like from all directions, it seems. Yes, and this is where I am going to leave you, and I hope this reading truly resonated with you. If it does, consider subscribing to my channel. Hopefully I will catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye. Hey there, my dear pile 3. So, if you're drawn to this pile, this right place for you to receive the message on how do your boss or your manager view or see you at this point of time? Yes, we can dive deep into the reading. So we have that of the conflict piece, and then we have the blue jay, that is the time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. Then we have the crow, that is universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Happy, happy, love. Live your truth and share the love, that is your soul. Then mint, that is abundance, persistence, and proliferation. Yes. So, what I'm getting here strongly is your boss or your manager kind of see you as a very charming person, actually. Very charming. Charming for your own good, actually. With the presence of that of the conflict and the peace, it seems like they find you as a very peaceful person, like a person who don't want to dwell deep, or your face doesn't betray you at all. Like your boss or your manager cannot read your face. Okay, that's a lightest way I can decipher this energy. And with the presence of the love, that can we can decipher it as your boss or your manager genuinely love and care for you. That's very I'm getting a warmth, so it seems like they genuinely love and care for you. And this love, I feel like it can go in two directions. It can be a platonic love or that of the romantic love, as the case may be. And yes, and with the presence of this abundance and all those beautiful jazz that is coming in with it, I feel like your boss or your manager feel like you enhance the flavor of the organization. Whenever we put mint into anything, it enhances a flavor in a different way, right? It's not the usual. It enhances a flavor. Try drinking that of the lemon mint juice. Okay, it tastes different. So what I'm getting here is that you enhance its flavor in one way or other. That's the energy I'm getting, and I'm getting a very confused energy here. So it can go in a romantic as well as in a platonic way. So yeah, so take it as it resonates, but that element is truly present. Yeah. And we have that of the blue jay and also that of the crow. What I'm getting through here is that the right time, right to you, that's the energy that I'm getting. Like, when to say things or when not to say things. You are not a person who pushes the things to them, like, literally in that of the organizations that we work in, or literally in the work scenario, there has to be a particular time when we have to say things. We can't literally say our mind or speak our mind, because it will create conflicts. So your boss or your manager view you as a person who knows when to speak, and you speak clearly and concisely. That is what I'm getting. And with the presence of happy happy and the conflict and the peace, it seems like you kind of like a playful energy, like a, I'm not saying that you are not professional. I'm saying that you know how to take things as it is, and that something sometimes in the work environment, something should be taken in the face value, something you shouldn't be considered at all, like how much mail we will get and how much we respond, right? So here your boss or your manager says that you are a person who kind of knows how to prioritize and be happy with your life. Like, you may work in that of the high pressure area, but still you know how to keep cool, like maintain your peace and decorum. That's the energy I'm getting. And I literally saw a black and a white piece. That's like black and the white pigeon. And I literally converted pigeon to that of the piece. Okay. So the black and the white. So there is a strong energy of counterpart and romantic energy to be present here. And if that is not case, if you are already committed to anyone else, or you are already married and that doesn't apply to you at all, then it simply means that there is a great rapport between you and your boss, and you kind of things in that of the same wavelength, like the black and the white, the two sides of the coin. It seems like one example that I can decipher this energy is when you are with a client meeting. If your boss pick up one thing from the way the client speaks, you can pick up that of the most different from that point of view. Like, by the way the client speaks, your boss find that that client is not so trustworthy, but you will pick up like that client is trustworthy provided that this particular conditions fit to it. So it's like, and so you will make a good team. Literally you will make a good team because you kind of pick up two different things that are complementary in nature and beneficial to the organization. So that's sort of vibe that I'm getting, like you are a good work partners, it seems, in one way or other. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards to get further info. So we have the Fool, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the first quarter moon, and Nine of Wands. A lot of wand energy. So it shows a lot of passion. It shows a lot of vigor. So your boss or your manager kind of view you as a person who's kind of very passionate, very goal oriented, and is very dedicated to that of the work. And with the presence of Queen of Cups, they find you as quite attractive and charming. And with the presence of the Fool, there may be some age gap or there is an age difference, or if there is no age difference or nothing such sort, this simply means that you have the beginner's mindset to learn things, and you have the right mindset, as a matter of fact, with the presence of Page of Wands. Like you are enthusiastic to learn new things, to venture deep into that of the new things, it seems. And with the presence of that of the Nine of Wands, they see you as a person who kind of like works hard for your own good. Like sometimes you betray yourself by working too hard according to the perspective. And first quarter moon is kind of like a, it's a rare card for this particular deck. So what I will say is your boss or your manager view you as a person who is kind of like very different. Like sometimes you give off the vibe as a newbie with the presence of the Fool, sometimes with the presence of that of the Nine of Wands, like a totally experienced person who is kind of like fed up with the life. So that's the two extreme ends, right? So that is how your boss or your manager sees, like you have this two spectrum that is lying very peacefully with you. That's a thing that I'm saying. And with the presence of Queen of Cups, they see you as a very compassionate and also kind-hearted person, and who, yes, you know to play that of the office politics, yes, you know to that of speak up for yourself, but at the same time you do it in a compassionate manner. That's how your boss or your manager views you. And again, with the presence of the Four of Wands, there is literally, if that love element doesn't apply to you, the romantic element doesn't apply to you, and if it applies, then I have to say the message. Obviously, I'm just the messenger here. I'm interpreting the cards at the end of the day. So what I'm getting here is, as an interpreter, is that they may have a romantic feelings towards you. And if it doesn't apply, if your consciousness states that it doesn't apply to your situation, in that situation, I would say that they find you as a great work partner, a great counterpart. And ironically, you have that of the black and the white horse, and I just see black and the white pigeon. Yeah, yeah. So that's the, I'm getting out of balance here. So they may also feel out of balance when you are near you, when they are near you. Yes, we can dive into the rest of cards to get further info here. So you have that of the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Actually, you got Queen of Cups twice. Then you have the soulmates. Then you have the thorn. Then the round and the round. So you have the soulmates. So should I repeat that thing again? Like, if that applies to you. So one interpretation that I get is like you are kind of like husband and wife, or you are partners for the life, and you started a business and you start working together. So that can also apply, because in all that of the layouts I get this interpretation. There was love, then my memory is correct, you got the Four of Wands, then you have the soulmate. So yes, yeah. So we have that of the Ten of Wands. So literally Nine of Wands and Ten of Wands. What I'm seeing here is that your boss or your manager view you or see you as like a person whom they are considering how much you can take, much, like they may be piling a lot of work with you, so that to understand how much you can take, literally. And with the presence of the thorn, it seems like they wanted to test you how long you would stand with all this hard work that you are going through. That's one thing that I'm getting. And with the presence of the Queen of Cups, it seems like they find you as a strong person. Yes, you have that of the emotional, maybe you are emotional yourself, you are sensitive yourself, but at the same time you are strongly finding your place, like you are finding your footing, it seems. Like strongly finding where you stand, where you are, how long you can take things as it is, and all these things, slowly but surely. And with the process of soulmate, if that love element and the romantic interest doesn't apply to you at all, then it seems that your boss or your manager is genuinely interested for your growth. Like literally, if you're surrounded, like they are training you for more and bigger positions. That is what I'm getting. Like providing you with the right opportunity, it seems. Yes, and at the same time, the thorn, With the presence of that of the thorn, it seems like a single word can take away a lot of work from you. If you verbally say to your boss or your manager that you are unable to handle this much, they will, within that of the microseconds, they may elevate you from the situation. But they are watching how long you can take it, how much you can take it. That's energy that I'm getting here. And again, the round and the round, it seems like TBH, I'm seeing a strong sexual energy here. And if that's not the case, then with the presence of this round and round, and seem like your boss or your manager says that you kind of like been in a particular thing for a quite long period of time, like maybe you are taking longer than usual to find your right footing in conjunction with that of the queen of cups. So yes, this is the place I'm leaving you guys, and I hope this reading truly resonate with you. If it does, consider subscribing to my channel. Hopefully I will catch you in my next reading. Till then, take care. Bye.